Pukekohe Golf Club played host to the 2022 New Zealand Secondary Schools Championships, which coincided with the first 2 days of the Aotearoa Age Group Champs. Fine weather was forecast, however frost greeted the kaitākaro i te timatanga o te rā tuatahi. Play was delayed for 90 minutes with 148 kaitākaro playing in 51 separate rōpū. There were 36 kaitākaro that had to return early on day 2 to complete their first rounds.
This has been an important event on our junior golf calendar for quite a number of years. The history will tell you that. Mahal Pierce was in a winning team quite some time ago. On his way, he became a New Zealand Open champion, and a few years after that, Danny Lee was in a winning Rotorua boys high school team. So this is an opportunity for our youth to play in a national championship, represent their school, and put themselves out there in front of our national selectors and our high performance team and show us what they've got.
And obviously last year we didn't manage to run this event, so how good is it to be back here running a New Zealand Secondary Schools Championship?
We love it. Hopefully the players love it more. I'm sure they're excited to be back playing again. It's nice to see some of the school colours represented, and we've had to change the format because of COVID. It's allowed more schools to participate, which can only be a good thing, and we're going to have good winners again this year.
22 schools were represented in the championship, from Pinehurst on Auckland's North Shore to Otago Boys in Otepoti. Kaitākaro came to compete from all over the motu.
Pretty special venue, bit of a hidden gem in Auckland golf. Challenging golf course. You've got to be able to move it both ways off the tee, so drive it well. And the greens have a nice little bit of undulation to them, so you need to leave yourself underneath the hole from time to time. And like any other golf course, if you can get it up and down well, if you do miss the greens, then you're going to put a good score on the board, and we've seen that happen.
In the inaugural Girls' Championship, favoured Pinehurst held a very narrow lead over King's College after round 1. In fact, fractions of a single shot separated the first 3 kuta, with Hutt Valley High completing a competitive first round and St Peter's not too far behind, just 4 shots off the pace. Things were looking a little clearer in the Wāhangatane, with Maclean's holding a lead of more than 5 shots over St Peter's. And the defending champs Te Kura were a further 3 shots back, with Kings and St Bede's breathing down their neck in the pakanga for third. Cooper Moore of St Bede's and Otautahi scored a 6 under par 65 i te Rauna Tuatahi, including 6 ihotahi and an eagle, which gave him a 4-shot lead in the national under-16 competition. Others in the section to shoot under par in round 1 was Ryan Shee from Kings, who shot 69. And Pinehurst Yisheng Wang, who shot 1 under par 70. Also with 1 under par in round 1 was Daniel Ko from Maclean's College. Daniel's teammate Stephen Liu shot a 3 under par 68 in round 1 to lead the under 19 Whakataitai Tāne and give Maclean's College a comfortable lead going into round 2. Meanwhile, second place St Peter's School was led by Ryan Courtney, whose 2 under par 69 gave them a chance in the boys' secondary schools champs, but with plenty of mahi to do in round 2. In the girls' champs, Pinehurst's slender lead was largely due to Insa Choi's 1 under par 72 in round 1. And like so many others, she would love to follow in the footsteps of one former Pinehurst student.
And so Lydia obviously went to Pinehurst as well. It must be quite cool to wear the same school uniform as what she wore.
Yeah, it feels amazing to wear the same uniform that she also once wore. I also really like the fact that I get to go to the same school that she also once went to. She's one of the main reasons why I'm still playing golf, as she inspired me the most when I was little.
Everyone has their own story and reasons for taking up the sport of Haho Poro. Wilson Simmons seen here eagling his opening hole, has been competing out of Te Pū o Te Ika a Maui in various age group whakataitai for the last few years now. Ko tēnei tōna kōrero.
The reason I got into golf was my nan went to the Masters in 2015 and she brought me back a whole bunch of stuff from the Masters before I even started playing golf, so she kind of expected me to play when she came back, which was pretty cool. But I come from a golfing family, so everyone in my family plays golf, and my uncle mainly, he's the best out of my family. But when she got back from America, me and her would always go to a little reserve down beside our house, and I would want to go every single day after school, and we'd hit balls. It was about 180 metres, so it was pretty good to practice on. And then every Sunday my nan would take me out to Wairake 9-hole, because I was a member at Taupō because it was free for under 13s, but she would take me out there because it was a bit easier to play. And then we'd go get it would be our ritual on Sunday, we'd go get sushi after golf, and we'd play our 9 holes and then go get sushi, and it's pretty cool.
So golf is a whānau affair for Wilson, with many of his nearest and dearest playing the kēmu as well. In fact, his uncle Rob actually won the New Zealand Māori Championships just a few years ago, so he's looking to follow in his footsteps sometime in the future.
He's super supportive of my golf, and I love to play with him. I caddied for him when he won that tournament, but it's really good to challenge him. From him I learned that mental strength is like the most important thing, because he's not like amazing at golf. Like, my game's a lot better than him, but he always seems to beat me because of his like mental strength, and he just like keeps grinding it out. I've beat him a couple times now, and he's not happy about it.
Back out on the Papatakaru, for the second round, all karu were on their wahine from Pinehurst and from Kings, who started the second round so close together on the leaderboard. Insa Choi started her second round brilliantly, birdieing Te Tuatahi, Te Tuarua me Te Kōhau Tuarima mō Pinehurst, while teammate Grace Kim dropped a shot at her opening hole, but she picked it up with birdies the second and the fifth. Kings started strongly as well, with Amy Hahn birdieing the second and third holes and Grace Jean dropping Te Tuatoru, but birdieing the second and the fourth, so Pinehurst held on to that slight lead through 6 holes. Grace Jean then birdied the ninth and finally gave Kings the lead heading into the back 9. Zahn also birdied the 10th hole and Amy Hahn birdied the 11th, so Kings were suddenly 4 shots up and looking very comfortable. Both Pinehurst and Kings dropped a few shots on the back 9, however Kings went on to extend their lead, winning the championship by a full 10 shots. In the Boys' Championship, St Peter's hung in there across the first half dozen holes with still hope of a strong finish to challenge the leading Maclean's College team. Ryan Courtney's teammate, George Hodgson, birdied the first, third and 7th holes. However, Daniel Ko was having an outstanding day when he and teammate Stephen Liu both birdied the 7th hole, and they started to build on Maclean's lead. The other player having a great day was Ryan Shee, who backed up a 69 in round 1 with a 3 under par 68. Koia te Kaiara here and birding the final 2 holes just to pip Te Kura mō Te Tūranga Tuatoru. Daniel Ko also birdied the final 2 holes to cap things off for Maclean's College, scoring 68 in the second round and extending his team's final margin to over 11 shots. So in the end, it was Maclean's who were the clear winners, over St Peter's in second and King's College in third place. The big mover, however, on the second day was Hamilton Boys High, who weren't even on the leaderboard after the first round and shifted themselves from 11th up into 5th place in the end.
We're here with Stephen Liu and the Maclean's College team who have just won the New Zealand Secondary Schools. That must feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels amazing. We've been knocking on the door for a couple of years now, so it feels brilliant to get it over the line this year.
Awesome. And how proud are you guys to be able to represent Maclean's College in golf? It's not often in golf we're able to represent our school.
Yeah, golf is usually an individual event, so to be able to represent Maclean's is a huge honour for me, and I'm sure for these guys as well.
To our presentation, and we'll start with the Girls' Championship. That was new this year. The event went so well in 2020 that we had quite a number of girls' teams, and we thought we'd have a standalone event for this year. So there is a separate trophy. When you run a school's event, sometimes the students have to run away for an exam, and that's exactly what's happened on this occasion. So congratulations to King's College. That team included Amy Han, Rianne Lee and Grace Zhan. Again, they were very dominant this week. They've won by 10 shots, so congratulations to King's College. And our winners of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Boys Championship, having also taken this title in 2018 and 2019, it's Maclean's College. The team is Stephen Liu, Daniel Ko and Samuel Deng.